Hi guys, it's Aaliyah. Welcome back to my channel. So I am working on making some of those tuck spots that I like to make in every journal. And I thought that I would just come on and just do kind of like another like a how-to, just kind of like a refresher tutorial, and not really a tutorial. I'm just going to do it and you can watch how I do it. So so maybe it is kind of like a tutorial. It is going to be a little bit different only because the journal that I am working in currently is the traveler's notebook size. So I have to watch how big the actual tuck spots measure. So what I was going to do first is, I'm just trying to think because, well, regardless, hold on, let me just move a piece of paper up there. I'm using an 8.5 by 11, and I'm going to fold it in half because that's how you start both of these tucks. And both of these tucks, they are not my idea, like I usually state in my videos. The original video, or the original maker of them, I believe, is Terry Woods. I watched a tutorial some time ago from Danny over at Junk Journals and More, who also did kind of like a walkthrough on how she folds them together. But she did say that she originally saw them from Terry Woods. So this is not my idea. Okay, so I know that and I don't know if I'm going to have to cut this piece of paper down or not, but the widest I think it can be is, I measured it. So in the very inner pages, it's going to be smaller than 4. So if we can just keep it smaller than 4, that would be great. So I might have to cut it down. I might not though, because I don't remember really how big these kind of get anyway. So if I did it something like that, let me just see how far this comes over. This might work actually. Let me just fold it, and then I'm going to kind of refold it so you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, I think that'll work. That should work. Okay, so let's just unfold it just so I know how that it does work. So we're taking a plain 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. We are folding it in half. So I folded it in half. And then you kind of want to like fold it in thirds, as you saw me doing. And I mean, there's no real measurement to it. Normally, if I'm working in a bigger journal, I don't even measure it. I just kind of fold it. But being in a thinner journal or a skinnier journal, I wanted to make sure that it wouldn't be too long for the page or too wide for the page. So basically, you're just folding it in thirds, just like so. Okay. And the nice thing with paper, if it doesn't completely line up, you can sort of like refold it a little bit till it kind of lines up. And I see that it's not really lined up there, but I'm not so worried about it. Okay, so see, we have it in thirds. Then we're going to open it completely back up, and see you have 6 squares. I'm going to fold up each square. So basically, because I can't really see as I'm folding, especially on camera, I'm just lining this up to the crease there, just so I know that I'm staying on the crease. And basically, you're just folding up the corner to the crease right here. And so you're going to do the same thing on this side. I'm just putting this here so I know where the crease is. I'm folding it up, and then doing the same. I'm just going to turn it around, and I'm going to do the same thing, exactly what I just did on the bottom. So fold that up, and then, I mean, these folds are super easy, and that's why I love doing them in all my journals, because they're easy to make, number one, and number two, you can decorate them, you know, however you want. So now that all of the corners are folded up, I'm going to fold it back in half again. And actually, you should be able to see, like, your creases folds, you'll see they fold kind of by themselves. So here it is. I'm folding it here, and then this one gets tucked into this side right here, and then here is the finished project. Very easy. See? And let's just measure, because I know it had to be less than 4, and it is 3 3/4, so it will definitely fit on a page. Okay, perfect. So let's do it again. Let me put that in there, and we'll do it a little faster this time. So we are going to take a paper and fold it in half. And everybody folds their papers in half a little bit differently. I mean, there's no right or wrong way. Just fold your paper in half. Okay. And then again, we are going to, I just want this here just to make sure that I'm going to be able to okay, I think this is going to be okay. I'm going to fold it, and we are going to see how that is going to be. And I leave a little gap here because you'll see there's a little gap here, and then there's a little gap here. So I don't fold this all the way to the edge. I mean, I think you could. I think. I'm not really sure, but I don't know what would happen if you did. I don't normally. I usually do leave a little space there. So, I mean, you could always try it, see what happens. All right, so you folded it in thirds. I'm opening it back up, and I'm opening it up again. And now we are going to fold up each of the corners. And again, we're folding it to the crease right here. So you're just taking it up and folding it to the crease and flipping it around and folding it. And normally I used to, before I found this little cool little thing that I actually got it at the Dollar Tree, so it was only $1. I used to put my nail there, but sometimes I feel like it would rip the edge. So this actually does not let the paper rip. Well, the way I do it, it's better than my nail. All right, then we're folding it back up, and see, these will automatically fold so you know which way to go. And then we are folding it back together, and I'm going to give it one more measure just to make sure that we are yep, perfect. Okay, so that is this, and so it folds it. You can glue it on the page, and I usually glue these two sides and the bottom. That way you can tuck something in the back, and then you can tuck something in here, and then, you know, it opens up into a full page for some more journaling, or for, you know, for hiding things. Now the next one we are going to do is another Terry Woods pocket. This one I might have to cut down a little bit. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to fold it again in half. And I'm just going to grab my paper trimmer. Hold on. Because normally at this point, what I would normally do is, see how the edges open here? I would fold this down to make that first tuck spot. The only problem is that since my journal is shorter, so it's 4 1/4 now, and I actually want it under 4, so I'm actually going to go to 3 1/2. I'm just going to mark there. I don't really want to measure, so I have to cut it down, but it's going to be the same process. So let me just cut it down, and then we'll kind of start from the beginning again, so it's not so confusing. All right, that's good. Okay, so let's do this again. So we pretend, okay, here's our 8 1/2 by 11 paper. So we're folding it in half, okay, and then this is the way I do it, and some people do it the opposite way. But basically, I want my tucked spot when you're on the page, I want my tuck spot on this side, because if you fold it the other way, it can be on that side. So I'll show you what I mean in a minute. All right, so see, my opening is here. I'm just taking this top part and I'm bringing it all the way to the edge. I'm just folding kind of like a triangle there, see? See, so it's like a triangle. And then this one, it's going to be, you just kind of guesstimate where you want it. There just has to be a little overhang between this fold and this corner, because that's how it's going to be. And I know it's kind of hard, but so does that make sense? Because these are the two tucks. There's a tuck here and there's going to be a tuck here. So now you're going to fold it all the way up like that. And I hope I'm okay. I just can't see over it. All right, so here is our tuck spot. And I know it's all one color page, so it's hard to see, but when it all gets said and done, I normally glue here and I glue here. That way when it's on the page like this, I'll have one tuck, two tucks, and then the back behind can be a tuck behind here. So remember how when we did it, the fold was, well, I normally did it like, I do it upside down just because I want to see the triangle. So if I have the opening on this side, that means the tuck can be on the right hand page. If I did it opposite and I had the tuck, the opening on the left hand side and I folded it down this way, it can be on the left side of a page. It just kind of like would be opposite of this. But I usually don't use these on the back sides. I usually always have them on the right side, so that's why I fold them this way. You can definitely fold them whichever way you want, but just remember, whichever way you're folding it is the way the pockets are going to be. And I mean, really, if you want to tuck this on a, left side page, there's no problem with that either. It's just really up to you. So then this one actually has to be glued down, because I don't know, just because it does. That was not a good answer, I'm sorry. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm gluing this little tuck down here. And doesn't matter what glue you use, I'm just using my art glitter glue. And just making sure that that stays down. Okay, so that is down now. Now comes the tricky part, because we want to close up this here. And you can sew it if you want, but I usually just glue it. So what I want to do is basically I'm going to glue this whole thing, this whole square right here, down. And I'm going to use, actually, I'm just going to use a glue stick because it's paper, so it'll work. So I'm going to go all around this square, not this square. Like there's going to be a crease right here, like where you folded it. Don't go on this side of the crease. Stay on this side, because this is actually a pocket right there. So we don't want to glue up the pocket. That would not be good. Okay, now, and it's kind of hard to do it on camera, and I'm going to try my best, but, well, let's see. I always feel like when I'm on camera, things never really come out even, but that's okay. That one's not bad. Okay, so see, that is glued together now. And then this is going to flip up. The only thing that we're going to need now is, see how this is all open? We want right now just to glue this one. And really, I could have, when I was gluing this, could have run a bead of glue here, but you're just going to run a bead of glue here to close up this pocket. Okay, so I just closed up this first pocket here. So now this is an actual tuck, see, because I closed this pocket up. So when I fold it back to where it was, the back papers are glued now. This little line that we just glued now makes this pocket, and now we have to glue this side. So we actually have to glue this side and this side. That way when it closes up, this is closed, so it's 1, 2 pockets, and then of course the tuck behind. So with this, I'm just going to open it back up, and I am going to run some glue down this side and run some glue down this side, and then just close it up. And I just want to make sure that okay. And just hold it for a second. All right, so, and I know you've seen this plenty of times in my journals. This is the one that sits on the corner of a page, you know, so corner of a page, right on the edge. Usually I'll have some ribbon that I run at the end, like, let me show you, hold on. I have some ribbon here. So usually I'll just take some ribbon just to define the pockets. I'll put ribbon on each of the pockets, kind of like that, and I know you've seen that, so that way you know right behind there there's a tuck, and I'll put ribbon on this one, so that way right behind you know there's a tuck. And then normally I'll have some lace that hangs down there because this flips up, so you can do some secret journaling underneath, or you can hide a picture under there and it'll sit down. So normally I have the ribbon here, or lace, sometimes I use lace there too, and then some sort of trim hanging down this way, and then that's your pocket. So I hope this was kind of like a little inspiration if you want to make pockets like this too. So we have this one will open to a full page, and then this one will give you 3 tucks. So that's what I am working on tonight, making some more tucks, and I'm sure I'll be back on pretty soon. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.